So hey, boys and girls, welcome back. Today on the agenda is to improve my shelter a little bit more, make it more sustainable and water and windproof. So I've brought some tarps I'm gonna install. Also make, of course, coffee, default coffee, and it's cold, man, colder than before. It's about 20 or so Fahrenheit, and you can do the math, but so 20 Fahrenheit is not very warm if you have the additional wind chill. So anyway, I also plan to do steak on a rock and bread on a stick. So, but the first thing we have to do to get the fire started, so that we have a sustainable source to do all the food I haven't eaten yet. I just flew down here real fast for a few hours, yeah, so I'm hungry. I have to throw some food on, and then while the fire is going, work on the shelter and go from there. Let's do it. What I've also seen, what people do, is they use the axe like this, and then they can control, see how they do the feather sticks, and it gives you a little bit more control. See how I turn it? So you always want to cut where the corner side is. Just like this. So, and I do a couple more curls to have them handy to get the fire started. I will try it with a flint. If that doesn't work, I will do it with a regular lighter. And the trick is that you always want to cut an edge first and then shave off the edge. It's way easier, way more precise. See? And you get finer, way finer and smaller pieces. So let's get all that, a couple of those to the fire. And then just chop up a few more. Oops. Okay. All right, that should do it for starters. Grab the rest later. So I decided to add some more feather sticks. Looks like this. And I hope this will catch a spark. I'm not super convinced yet. So let's just add a few more. They're just way finer than with an axe. And since I'm gonna try a spark on them, I need a little bit finer material. And I'd rather have more than not enough. Okay. Let's see how that goes. All right, so I got that fire started. Took me a while. And while I'm feeding it, I have some items here, some items here, and bigger ones in the back. I think I should get my coffee ready too, since it will take some time. Muss ich nicht immer auf dem Eis, you don't always have to sit on the ice cold snow, right? Okay. So, click. Usually what you can break with your hand is about the size of your thumb. And you shouldn't really attempt to do anything bigger than that. It's a waste of energy and you're not gaining much more out of it. So And this wood burns really fast. It's not hardwood, which I'd rather have. And so I lifted the fire up too. See? That makes it easier. So, and then we do those guys. And I can just lift up this. So what happens here is there's a wind going in now, feeding it even better. And if I don't want it, I settle it down and it's a little bit safer from the wind. So I can feed oxygen to it pretty much when there's no wind, and get it in order, right? So, yep. So this will be my rock to, it's actually a slate that I have that I'm gonna do my steak on. And I'm gonna find a nice stick to make a bread. I have the mix, I just have to add some water, so melted snow to it. Yeah, I'm gonna keep making my coffee, watching the fire real quick, and then I'm gonna start the shelter and keep you updated on that. So I have some old tarp that I used to use at home for some canning stuff. My plan is to, and it's a thicker one, it's not one of these super cheap thin ones, to take the ends and then just wrap that around like that, and then hope that this stays there for now. We can actually tie that on later, but now I can go like this all around and repeat that process on the other side, and then just go a floor higher to have some overlap so that the water can actually really run down. Yeah, coffee's going strong. I'm gonna fill it up in a moment, and I'm gonna keep working, going around here like this. Let's see how it works. Coffee's right here. Take that out. Go. Okay. Okay. All right. Let me know when it bubbles, yeah? All right, so I got the first layer down here. And since the thing is round, my teepee kind of thing, I had to overlap those, and it's easy just by putting a stick in here, put another stick in here, and have them lean against each other. And at one point, just tie them to the compound at the end so they don't move, and it's nice and tight, right? So I need to find another stick here real quick. And I I just had one laying around. So what I want to do, see where it goes. And then wrapping this thing up. So, like that. And then I think the first layer is ready. So, if it drops down, I don't care. I'm still far. I'm still in far enough that I don't need to worry about anything. So I think I can start with the second layer, and I have to tie those guys onto the structure. But that shouldn't be a big deal. Moving forward. I want to get my rock ready, right? And I want it to be high so I can feed material to the fire if I need to. And let's see, a little bit closer. So this is not super even. Oh yeah, it is. It's not too bad. So I can still feed material in here. It still gets plenty of wind and oxygen. So that's my plan. So what I would do, clean it up, some snow on it. It's not the finest snow. Furthermore, I hope it's in the frame. I got more of those long standing ones. They're dead. If you need some, look for those that are dead standing. Number one, it clears out the area, so there's more light coming down on the ground. And number two, you don't have the problem that they at one point just tip over when you're camping anywhere, or they catch on fire very, very easily. So you take out all the dead wood, and wildfire is less likely. So you're actually doing two things at the same time, two good things. All right, my coffee's ready. Okay, that's clean. Here's a coffee, and I can still put it on the side here so it doesn't cool off too dramatically, and I still have nice warm coffee. I think I'm gonna enjoy that for a moment. Make sure this is getting really hot. The easiest way to figure it out is throw some snow on it, and it evaporates right away. So that will take a moment, and I'm gonna enjoy my coffee. So I thought the camera was running, but so that's why the second layer is missing on record. So the cool part is I reached the higher end now. The really higher end, and I only have to wrap it around. I get it done right here. Nice and tight. And I think first hole in there. So I have to tighten that somehow. Probably gonna put plenty of wood against it, so if there's ever wind, it doesn't just pull over. And then there's some rope ready to tie that to the structure, and it doesn't need to be fancy. Or here we go. Do it again, real quick. So this doesn't go anywhere, and it's not going to fly on the bottom, so I don't really care. What I should probably do is, I don't know yet, if I should cut off those ends here, just to get by easier, and then when I close this up, I don't have anything poking out. So, and this layer is not reaching all the way around. I'm probably walking out of frame right now, so you have to trust me on that. So again, cover it up with some heavy stuff. Let's see if we can find some real quick. All right, got a few, and we're just leaning them in here to tighten that and push down the plastic. The first pair now. Okay, so, and I'm gonna do that all the way around, and then let's see if I can do the stone. I put the stone on the fire, but it seems really brittle. It's not really worth it to put the steak on it. So I either do the steak directly on the coals or on the small grill I still have. But I can still do the bread on a stick. I have some honey and stuff, so it's gonna be nice. Okay, let's keep moving, and I'll see you in just a moment. Good. Okay. Second load coffee is ready. I just utilized some water to have it here handy. And this is a premix. So I'm still using the stone too, probably for the steak as well. But it's cracked, and so when it was broken in the middle, I had to double layer it, and I hope it lasts until I'm done here. So this is not the best stone to do it. I have to find a better option. This stuff is from my friends in Bolivia. No, it's actually the premix dough, the dry mix. I put some flour and some chocolate chips in there, and all I have to do in here is just mix it up. And once it's a nice dough, I wrap it on a clean fingers. I wrap it on a stick, and all I have to do is really just wait and mix it in here. Until it becomes like a dough for bread or so, right? I need to find a stick to wrap it around, put some more fuel on the fire, and then we can probably start both at the same time, the steak and the bread on a stick. Okay, let's do it. All right, so I picked a nice long one. Probably doesn't even need to be that long, so that it's more stable when I lean it against something and I can trust it more, you know, than just a super thin one. Let's clean that up. Okay. Good. So it's roughly this long. Here we go. It's a massive steak. I hope I can eat it. So it doesn't stick, right? The steak doesn't stick, but I have bread on a stick. Ooh, I'm talking gibberish. I'll get burned at the same time. All right, let's see. Seems to work, nothing breaks. The rock still holds up. Wind kicks in. So seems to work. I'm adding snow on the edges. So sometimes those get burned out and this breaks down, and so I'm always adding snow to that stuff. That's not happening. Okay, steak on a steak, bread on a steak. Man, I'm hungry. Okay, let's see if that works. It is actually a dough, so the only concern I have is that it will fall off. But we're really careful and make a big mess. See that? So all I do is just wrap it around, and since the stick is so massive, I'm not concerned that it will fall off at one point. Right? Glue it right on. Top and bottom. We're good to go. Now we have to find a way to keep it stable, right? So I should have probably thought about that before putting it on there. See? I'm gonna wash my hands. Alright, so what I need to have is something to lay it on, and a weight on the back so it does not fall right down, and I'll probably put it right here. That's really nice and slow. So clean that up. Don't forget to take home. So if I build something like this, those two cannot go anywhere. And then just position it right. See? Just like that. Just like that. There's enough heat right here to slowly take care of it. Can probably even lower that. Yeah. Steak on a rock, bread on stick. I'm gonna keep turning it and watching it. I'll let you know how it goes. So, the steak is about done, and this guy needs a few turns. Just like that. And should be alright. Of course, I forgot my utensils. So I have to make one. Okay, so now a plate. I was wrong. Not done yet. Coffee is about to boil, so we'll give it five more minutes. Since it's really soft, and get back to you by then. All right, next try, right? So this is stable. A piece fell off, but it's not moving much, which is good. So it takes its time to get done. And I think the steak is done too. In theory, if not, we're gonna throw it back on. Here we go. And not like home, you can't let your food cool down here, because it cools off way faster, and then it's really bad. But looks really good. really good. Super soft and full of wood chips, but really delicious. Nice grilled flavor, smoky. Not overdone. This stuff is good. This stuff is good. So I was so hungry. I didn't eat much since when I left home. I think I had a granola bar or so and a little bit of coffee. But that was it, and now it's afternoon, so I think it's okay to have a steak, and then maybe some honey covered bread. I didn't do too much today. As you can see, I pretty much just added more to the shelter here. The structure so far, it's not a shelter yet. I still have to enclose its left side on my side and maybe add another top layer of tarp, but for now the wind comes from this side, which is usually not the case, but if it comes from any other side, I'm quite protected, especially in the afternoon when it's coming from my right. So yeah, I just wanted to get out here, chill out, don't work too hard, and enjoy some good food. That's why I had the idea of making the food that way, to see if it works. And it turned out great. It's like butter. I don't even have to push hard, and it's so soft. Yeah, don't let it cool down. Eat your food right away. I'm sorry, I'm already getting warmer, so even though there's a little bit of wind left, but I can hear it, and you can probably see it, but most of it I don't even feel. So this is just what the doctor ordered, what the doctor prescribed. So I have to check on my coffee. Hopefully you can see it. Finish the steak real quick before it gets cold, and then I get right back to you when the dough is ready. So it didn't work out as planned. The stuff is falling off, but I have to change the recipe somehow. So I'll just let parts of it sitting on the side. Hopefully it bakes somehow a little bit more. But there are small pieces that I can probably try or not. So, but I don't trust it. It's still so soft and I don't have much time left. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just scrape it all in here. I have a big piece on the side that's baking in the ashes. and my coffee's boiling for some time now. Here we go. Let that cool off. And I don't know, I let that bake. Tastes like shit. So it's not doing what I needed to do. That's okay. I'm gonna look it up and adjust it and feed the rest to the birds or so. I don't know yet. And just enjoy my coffee. It's getting late for me. Oh, chocolate fingers. It's getting late for me anyway, so I think I'm gonna enjoy it a little bit more, and then pack up. And I hope I see you next time.